here goes. Okay. Climate change. Ah, yes. The big lie. Hitler's Goebbels, PR man, would be... He would be jumping up and down and applauding and Lord only knows what, because it's his tenet, right? It's his theorem. The bigger the lie, the more often you repeat it, the more believable it becomes. And that's been true throughout history. Look at any ideology. When I say ideology, it's religion for those that are idiotology, I call them. But then again, I don't believe in a higher power. I think it's us, and that's it. If we don't do it, nobody's going to do it. Or we do it to ourselves, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, back to climate change. Lord help us. Okay. Pretty much, I don't know if anybody can visualize it or think about it, but the Earth is a closed loop. And in the case of CO2, it's still a closed loop. And in the case of whatever is on the Earth, it's a closed loop. Now, energy comes from the sun, but once it's here, for the most part, depends on what you consider energy, isn't it? The building blocks of energy, is it carbon, CO2, or is it the actual sun energy? I digress. Knew this shit was going to happen. So being a closed loop, the CO2 that's here has been here forever. And you can look at the records, it's been low, a lot lower. In order for it to go up, it had to have been lower, didn't it? Works kind of, hand in glove, doesn't it? So when we had continental glaciers, it would have been really low, but not really, actually. Because once this freezes over, just with a freeze over for the most part, it's trapped. But you gotta go from the water age where all that carbon gets washed up somewhere or grows somewhere, who knows. CO2. So as it thaws, as the planet gets warmer in its solar elliptical orbit, go watch the video, The Great Year. Very, very well explained. And the reason I followed along, I was playing along with everybody else. I didn't want to think about it, to tell you the truth. I got enough of my own issues going on. But I saw something, I don't know if it was Patrick Moore or if it was, I think it was that poet laureate guy, I forget his name. Jesus, I should know his name. Now, those guys went into the minutiae and they get you bouncing around off the walls, but he knew what the hell, he knew his shit. He freaking knew it. But when carbon, CO2, muskeg, bogs, peat moss, freaking frozen antelope, I don't know, carbon, CO2 thaws because of the heat of the Earth going in a different part of its elliptical orbit. It's getting closer to the sun. And the closer to the sun one goes pretty quick, actually, by the look of the elliptical, which probably makes sense to me. I really don't know, but you got to take them at their face, I suppose. Somebody's fucking face. So we're back to basic. I think it might have been grade 9. I say grade 5, but basic scientific principles from which all other science is founded, we'll say, because it's based in the planet and the real world and stuff. You look around, you know it, and you got history. So it's cause and effect. The temperature goes up, being the cause, thawing out carbon, CO2. If you've ever been up in the north at all, 90% of Canadians, we think we live in the north. Ha! Jeez. 90% of Canadians live within 10 kilometers of the American border. You might as well just call them Northern Americans. No, there's very, very few people living in the north, and it takes forever. We flew up to Alert in Ellesmere Island. Eureka on Ellesmere Island. Something to see, I tell you. You know, talking about flat Earth. Yeah, when the sun never sets, brother. Okay. That doesn't even, anyway, down the rabbit hole again. Here we go. The distraction, the obfuscation, right? Because that's what it is. So I don't know. I can't get much simpler than that. You know, ice and water. We got a doubt about that. They just discovered another Atlantis, and I say another because there's all kinds of Atlantis 80 meters down. That's how far the oceans would have been gone down. From like when you got continental glaciers that are 10 miles, 13 miles thick, and you know the water gotta come from somewhere. If you want to talk about greenhouse gases, there is no other greenhouse gas. But really, greenhouse gases, that's truth be told, that's another distraction, actually, obfuscation. Because really, it's the orbit of the planet around the sun. When you get an elliptical orbit like that, yeah, you're going to get sways, and it's exactly what it is. And it's ebb and flow. There's not, you know, like the timelines for man to even think about the timelines in our lifetime. Yeah, like our lifetime is essentially 1 year, because I think it's 72 years per. I believe they use I'm not sure how they measure it. Anyway. And the great year, I believe, was in that one. It might have been in another one. Yeah, like that's what the Mayan calendar is. The Mayan calendar is basically the orbit of the planet around the sun. You got because it's even right on there. It's you got the ice age, and then you got like the two mids, and like if anybody's into astrology and stuff like that, it's kind of there. But it's different how they do it, and than how the Great Year does it. Because the Great Year, they do it in 4 cycles. There's the Ice Age, the Water Age, and then the 2 in between ages. We'll say, like, because coming out of the Ice Age, you're going to be getting warmer, and you're getting warmer, and you got more carbon. You're going to get more fires, and that's why they're using the Book of Genesis to do this stuff. Because they know what's coming. Because it's written in the book, for Christ's sake. It's not hard to predict. Not even hard to predict. Just doing a thought experiment. Anyway, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not paying the price so much myself yet, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of children that are. And when I say children, I don't mean children. We're all God's children, if you want to look at it that way. Because we're all, you know, we're all human, right? And that's where I saw that over in the former Yugoslavia. And some people walked out of there with ghosts, I'll tell you. Haunting them forever and a day. Own it, man. No shame. We did what we could, and you know, you don't know at the time, so you make decisions not knowing all of the factors involved and what the repercussions and all the rest of it is. You can only make decisions on what you know at the time. Or just, you know, there's a line in the sand, basically. Well, you're there anyway. I'm not going to get into it. But we saw, like, when we moved into barracks and stuff, there was like torture chambers and all the rest of it, photo developing shit, and magazines with freaking skin bodies hanging in trees. Well, people say racist. So Adam and Eve were racist. So skin them all, hang them all in a tree. Then are they still racist? You know, I had a gentleman tell me the other day down on the. I'm off on a tangent now. I know. Anyway, yeah, he's trying to tell me there's 3 human beings, 3 kinds of humans, and he started it with Hebrew. I was like, oh my fuck. Yeah, like, yeah, okay, yeah, you're human, I'm human, she's human, and he's standing around in an abortion protest kind of thing, sort of thing. And God love them, you know. We only know what we're told and taught. You know, forgive them, they know not what they do, sort of thing. And I'm not gonna make it long. I don't know how long this is. About 10 minutes. I'll try to keep it below 10. Sorry if you can't understand me. You need to listen faster. Choose.